Debra, thank you for joining us. Debra from the PPRA. Debra, I want to get into the meat with you immediately, and it's the word FFCs. So I want to just frame my question. In the 2025 vision of the PPRA, technology innovation was part of that vision. So my question is, with regards to the FFC renewal process, has there been improvements? How's it going? When do we see the big results? And when is FFCs or renewal of FFCs no more an issue in our industry?
Hi, and thank you for allowing me to join you. Yes, FFCs are always the most difficult for all agents to ensure that they have them on time, that they apply correctly, and that they can continue to work and operate. And obviously, that's a very big priority for us. We are in the process of a lot of IT development, which of course has made it challenging this year for us to be able to ensure that all of our applications have been compliant on a manual basis, not always through a system. But we are in the process of developing both our registrations and licensing system, as well as our portal, which is the agents portal and which allows everybody to view FFCs. At the moment, we've had two challenges. Firstly, the fact that the portal has decided in the midst of the development to go on the blink, and a lot of fidelity certificates are simply not able to be viewed by the public and by stakeholders. They've all been issued, but they're sitting somewhere in the ether and haven't been pulled through. So we are busy giving people copies, physical letters, that kind of thing, to ensure that they're not prohibited from continuing to operate while we resolve that problem. As soon as the new portal is up for registrations and licensing, which we hope will be in the next month to 6 weeks, we will find those problems something of the past. The other issue that we have had with FFCs is that because of the change in the regulations, we are now obliged to have everybody submit an application form and documents in order to get a Fidelity Fund certificate renewed, not as we did before, simply by way of paying. And despite the fact that we've put a lot of notices up on our website, repeatedly reminding, some people have missed them. And so we do have a lot of people who've paid, are very impatient for their FFCs, and we can't issue them. So we are remedying those at the moment and advising people what they need to do to resolve that. But certainly we anticipate that all the requirements under the new regulations, under the PPRA, will be accommodated by our system shortly, so that we can, in fact, register all 12 of the industries in the property sector on our system without manual intervention. We can do that with the assistance of a new portal that will allow us to do so seamlessly and with far less trouble for everybody. So we're looking forward to a vast improvement in the way things are being done.
I should have warned you when you said you're going to innovate with technology that there's some hurdles, because we've experienced them as well. But yeah, well done on professionalizing the PPRA internally with technology and making sure systems works for us and not the other way around. Last question to you, and then we can move over to Marlon. Part of the PPRA vision is professionalizing the industry. Give us some thoughts about how the PPRA sees their role, besides just compliance, with regards to professionalizing the property management industry.
Okay, well, property management is one of the biggest sectors that we regulate, and it's essential that we do it correctly and we do it properly. And one of these things is professionalizing the industry by ensuring that we have the proper education, training, and abilities available for the public to use, managing agents who know what they're doing, who have an ethical background, and who are properly regulated. So the first thing that we're doing is our education department is in the process of finalizing the education requirements, the training standards for managing agents, and those should be implemented shortly. That will allow us to regulate what is required for people coming into the industry. And also, of course, we need to facilitate the training. We need to ensure that there are people available who can provide that type of training at a reasonable cost. And so that's something that our education department is exploring in order to ensure that not only managing agents, but in fact, all the industries that we regulate are actually up to scratch and up to a training standard that is acceptable and professional.
Well done. Well, I want to thank you for taking part in these events. And I think, in some instances, the PPRA has been that distant body. But I think just the way you guys are engaging, we can see that the intention is there to work with industry to professionalize together. And yeah, thank you and good luck for that technological journey that you're sitting with. Thank you so much, Debra.